Guys, welcome back to another great review with Formula for Speed. Welcome back all. Hello to all. Babyface.
Hello.
Please say hello to the people.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
I appreciate your enthusiasm, Babyface, as always. I'm your host, Chad.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Hey, guys, we're here to review the first of the two races at the Red Bull Ring.
Yeah.
Where, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't go as it went as planned, not as planned, but as expected. Yes. Yeah, Red Bull to me dominated, and I'm gonna just
no surprise.
Started in qualifying. I mean, they have to me the most well balanced car on the grid. Qualifying was interesting because Bottas was running well till he tried to start from second gear, and I know they're going to blame it on him.
No.
Because a part of it is because he almost hit my team's engineers, and we took it lightly. He made a couple jokes and, as they say, ribs at him, a couple roasts at him, but it all in fun. He started from second gear. It don't harm him. He didn't hit anybody. He could have, but everybody said he could have hurt. He didn't. So it's fine. But it started from there for me.
Yeah.
And what did you for qualifying, Babyface? For me, even though Mercedes with the penalty that Bottas got, even though Hamilton and Bottas still did well, my McLaren and Lando, and I thought the other McLaren and Rick would do well too, but that was a false sense. Any Mercedes fans, no digs at you. Not trying to make any slight remarks, but to me, I said that's not going to hold up in the race because that Mercedes is not well balanced, and for a hard track like this one, which is this circuit's very hard on your car, right? I didn't think they were going to hold up. I didn't have them finish on the podium by the end of the race. I didn't. I said Hamilton will preserve the tires on this unbalanced car as best as he can. Bottas is going to do the best he can. I had Lando and Perez taking those other two podiums before the race.
I agree.
That's who you had? I mean, somebody a little different, or how did you take it from qualifying?
I would have been, from qualifying, I saw Hamilton second, but frankly, I would have been surprised going into the race. I would have been surprised had any Mercedes ended up on the podium because Mercedes doesn't have the best balanced car.
No.
And it is not the fastest car. I really thought it was going to be two Red Bulls and Norris on the podium, realistically. I would have been impressed with one Mercedes on the podium. I would have been absolutely impressed with both Mercedes on the podium.
Yeah. Guys, let us know in the comments, what did you think? I mean, coming from, if you watch qualifying, what were your thoughts about Mercedes, either driver, finishing on the podium? Me personally, got to be honest, I had my McLaren guys finishing better than the two Merc guys. At least one of them. And for me being a McLaren fan, I had Rick at least finishing 5th or 6th. Yeah. So that's who I had. The rest, I could have went either way. I had Gasly doing well at this track. Is another one I had doing well. So, Babyface, read down the list. Coming from qualifying, how did you have this going into the race?
Well, qualifying was Verstappen, Hamilton, Norris.
Right.
Then Perez, Bottas, Gasly.
Right.
Leclerc, Alonso, Stroll. Russell, Tsunoda, Sainz.
Right.
Danny, Rick, Vettel, Giovinazzi. Latifi, Ocon, Raikkonen, and then Schumi and Mazepin. And
as quiet as it's kept, Giovinazzi's making moves. Guys, I don't know if you've been watching him lately. He's quietly getting better. And I don't see a lot of talk about Giovinazzi, but we may save him for Let's Talk About a video. Yeah. But congrats to Max for pole. Wasn't unexpected. And leading to the race, Babyface.
Yes.
You took some good notes.
Listen, so the race starts. We get past the first corner and Leclerc already has front wing damage from a little contact with Pierre Gasly.
Yeah, this was a challenging race for Leclerc.
The moment we see that little touch and go with Leclerc and Pierre then gets a puncture.
Yeah, he does.
As a result of his little touch and go with Giovinazzi, who then spins Latifi. It was there was just cars.
There's a lot going on. Right.
Yes.
There's a lot going on.
So and as a result, Leclerc has to come in to address the front wing.
Yeah, he does.
But meanwhile, Norris, who started in third, took off and kept Perez behind him. That was something I was watching. I thought, ooh, Norris is in third, but I imagine Perez is going to try to make that up. He kept him at bay.
The thing is, my worry going into this race, guys, and McLaren fans, let me know what your thoughts are. It's good that you have a guy that qualifies high, but if he doesn't have the help of his teammate, it's like he's a sitting duck for other teams who have two guys out there running in front.
I mean, Max knows that from all
last year and the year before. Right. So if you're out there running by yourself, you have the two marks up there, right? My hope was Danny Rick would make his way up there to get into the mix, right? That was my hope, guys. I knew if he didn't, he was going to finish fourth or fifth. Yeah. At least fourth. But then I had to check myself and say, you know what? Impossible, because the two Red Bulls are up there running together, so are the two Mercs.
Yeah.
So then I had to settle for, even though he qualified well, you're running off of a strategy for a guy with no help.
Yeah.
And if you're going to do that, his car has to be equally as quick as the other guys, or if not quicker. That's why it worked for Red Bull last year.
Yes. So what did you think then, speaking of the McLarens, lap 8, Danny Rick, because when Danny Rick had a great start, he made up like 4 places within the first lap.
He did. And that's why I was hopeful he was going to make his way.
And then all of a sudden, lap 8, he gets passed by like 3 cars, and he's on the radio going, I need more power. What did you, as a McLaren fan, think about that? Were you freaking out?
Something was going on with the battery. I said, maybe it's not charging fully. Something's going on with this car. Because to me, when I see that, when a guy makes up that many places, then starts getting passed that easily, like that, in that manner, something's going on with the car.
Yeah.
Something's wrong. I was just hoping he wouldn't have to retire. Maybe there's a different setting he can go to try to get the power back, to try to then go make up all the work that he lost, that he has to now do again. Yeah. It was still early, and it was lap 8. I said he has time. Yeah. So hopefully that works itself out, whatever's going on with the McLaren, that he can make himself back up into the mix to help Lando.
Were you worried about any issues with both McLarens when you saw that happening to Danny Rick? Were you all of a sudden worried about Norris up front as well?
A little, because I didn't know what it was at first. I said, okay, that could be an issue that can't be fixed, or something maybe hopefully with only his car, and how will this affect Lando? Will it affect him at all? So I did, of course, that goes through your mind, babyface. I'm sure it will go through yours. If something's affecting Hamilton's car, how will it affect Bottas, right? Yeah. Same thing.
So lap 10, Perez finally overtakes Norris. When I say finally, I kind of anticipated the Red Bull to overtake Norris.
Because it's a quicker car than McLaren, yeah.
But,
he held him at bay good.
He did.
He held him at bay really well.
Finally overtakes him. Lap 18, both of our hearts broke because George Russell started to have a little bit of heat issues.
Yeah, he's another one I felt bad. He qualified, to me. He's he's pulling more out of that car than what most could out of that Williams. And he's another one, not as quiet as kept, but he's getting better and better each race. So I felt, because he was in the points.
Yes.
He got debris. He caught debris, I believe.
Yes, he did. He had to pit.
Yeah, and they tried to clean it out.
Lap 26, he came into the pits. His original pit stop for that time was 18.3 seconds.
Had to clear the debris out. And that debris, I believe, messed with his brakes and some other things, maybe the cooling.
He went back out after 18.3 seconds. And frankly, we both knew his race was done. But he ended up not finishing. He ended up retiring.
My only hope for him was maybe a safety car.
Yeah, but that didn't happen this race.
Yeah, it didn't.
Meanwhile, lap 27, Perez had a 4.3 pit stop with a sticky, I think it was rear left, which was surprising because, Red Bull is known for great pit stops. 4.3.
I don't think that was on the guys. I think, guys, let me know what you think. When I see teams like Red Bull, if that happens to them, babyface, let me know what you think. I think it's the equipment, not the guys.
Yeah.
Because that happened to Mercedes, what was it, in Spain?
Bottas, yeah.
And it wasn't their fault. It was equipment malfunction. That's not on the guys. That's on
the nuts and bolts were all stripped, and they just
I think it took Mercedes a week to get that off, right?
Yeah.
Something like a week to get that off, right?
Something to that effect. But
when I saw that, I said, I hope that's not the case with him.
No, it ended up being just 4.3. But it goes to show that most of us know this that watch Formula One. As a result, Bottas, when he pitted the lap after,
he jumped him.
And came out in front of Perez because Bottas had a 2.6 second.
Now imagine if Perez, as planned, would have had that normal Red Bull pit stop 2.0, maybe last 2.1.
The finishing podium would have been different.
It would have been different. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So then we see a bunch of pit stops. Hamilton came in lap 29, 2.2. Then Verstappen came in lap 29, 2.0, which again, no surprise there.
Hamilton at this point is just, to me, when you start getting those laps, he's managing tires, just running. I felt like he was in the place Verstappen was in last season, just running out second, kind of just by himself. Literally by himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we saw Norris come in, put on the hard tires.
To go to the end, yeah.
2.3 seconds. The hard tire seems to be the tire to go with.
It seems to be. Because to me, Pirelli is stating these tires they can go and last longer than what they actually can.
Yeah.
And when I saw him put on the hard, I was a little nervous because I was like, I don't think these tires on this circuit, if they're not holding up like they could on circuits that are not as punishing on cars, tires, and equipment overall, I would have been a little more confident. But I was, when I saw him put on the hard, I said, I'm not sure if this is going to last the whole race. Yeah. To the end, should I say. A little nervous.
Then Leclerc, who had gone all the way to the back of the grid as a result of his lap 1 wing situation.
He started making his way up.
He started to make his way back.
He did. He made his way back to the traffic.
So here's a question for you.
Right.
As he's aggressively charging back through the traffic, he goes to overtake Raikkonen and clips Raikkonen's front wing, which thankfully for him did not result in a puncture,
but damaged Kimi's front wing.
But exactly. So here's my question, and we could subscribe this to him being a young driver still, relatively. That to me was reminiscent of him charging back through the field in Monaco when the Ferrari team didn't send him back out to qualify better when they should have. Mm-hmm. And he aggressively was charging back through the field and made a catastrophic mistake, crashed, and was out. Do you think that is something that Leclerc is going to be susceptible to? That when he's under pressure and having to charge back through, that he's becoming overly aggressive to the point where he hurts himself?
I think as the seasons progress with maturity, every driver learns how to aggressively charge back through the field without causing accidents. You'll have some, I feel like Alonso and Hamilton, who early on were very good at getting back through the field without crashing or causing accidents. Even Max early on couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But I think for him, you may have these incidents where a front wing will get clipped.
Yeah.
But a lot of drivers that young, if they're in a good car, feel like they have to make up the positions, right? They have to get back through there quickly. And guys, let me know what you think. Is this something that you think Leclerc is going to struggle with? I don't. But I think in this situation, he felt like he had to.
Yes. And guys, we need to take a break because if you hear the dogs in the background, it is 4th of July weekend.
Yeah, it is.
And
in the States.
People are, celebrating the 4th of July with a bunch of firecrackers and fireworks and firecrackers, though they are beautiful to look at as a spectator.
Scares the dogs.
Freak the dogs out. So,
right.
We will be right back.
Yeah, we gotta check on the pups, guys.
Okay, so now saying that, given that Leclerc is still developing and which I agree with. So here I've got another question for you. Again, Leclerc charging his way back through the field.
Right.
Leclerc goes to overtake Vettel.
Yeah.
Vettel locks up. He didn't spin.
Yeah.
But he did lock up. So here's my question.
Those tires. I think he was struggling with tires at that point.
I know, but when I saw that, I thought, oh, I hope we don't see Vettel mistakes.
Yeah.
What did you think about that?
To me, I didn't account it to a Vettel mistake. When I see, so when I'm looking at the drivers this year, I'm taking into account, you know this, guys, I've stated this before, these tires, for me, aren't doing it this year.
Yeah.
So you're starting to see, to me, and I'm not putting it all on the tires, but I'm seeing a lot of spinning, a lot of lockups. The tires just aren't what they were last year. They changed the make of the tires, of course. When I saw that, I said, he's struggling with tires. Now, everybody, I'm sure, will say, well, Vettel's always done. No, he's not always done this. This year, he's been pretty solid. I just accounted that to his tires are gone. When you start seeing guys lock up, what lap was this, by the way?
Ooh, I don't recall. It was like somewhere in the 40s, I believe.
40, but I still accounted the tire. His tire wear.
Yeah.
And again, this course, this track is very rough on the cars as well as the tires. And to me, these Pirelli tires are weaker than last year. Different. It's just not as good. So I wasn't surprised to see him lock up. I was surprised Leclerc was able to charge through the way he did without spinning and more tire wear or tire degradation that would cause him an unfortunate accident or more lockups. So I was very impressed by the way he was able to do that, considering the tire degradation on this track.
Agreed. I will admit I started to sweat lap 55 when I saw Perez do his second pit stop, 2.2.
Yeah.
Because I thought, ooh, he's coming after Bottas. He's coming after Bottas.
He was coming after Bottas. He was.
Meanwhile, Hamilton pitted lap 70, 2.7 pit stop because he was going after the fastest lap.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. When I saw that, I was like, something tells me Max can still grab the fastest lap, because when you're out front running by yourself, you're not pushing as hard. And that Red Bull to me is so good this year. I was like, even though he's going for the fastest lap, Max can still take it from him. And
didn't Max have like a 14-second lead?
Max is out there running bored by himself.
Yeah.
I believe he was out there just bored by himself.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Now, Hamilton did end up getting the fastest lap.
He did. I was surprised.
And sir,
yes.
I'll have you know.
What is that?
Bottas, Perez, he kept him behind him.
He did.
All the way through the end.
I was surprised.
He was under pressure, and he did not lock up.
I did not, guys. I got to be honest with you. My prediction was wrong. I didn't have neither Mercedes. To me, I thought it was going to be Verstappen, then Perez, and then hoping Norris would make that third slot. I thought the Mercedes would finish 4 and 5.
Well, sir, who always give me a hard time with evidence, but you've always given me a hard time that when Bottas is under pressure, he starts locking up and things go a bit
He does.
iffy.
I mean, where's the lie?
But you, sir, for this race,
he did well.
He was under pressure.
He did well.
He kept Perez behind him, and he finished third.
I was happy, considering the spin out in the pit lane. I was happy that he finished. I didn't have either Merc finishing on the podium. I didn't. Honestly.
Both of them finished with...
I was guys, let me know in the comments where those Red Bulls to me were untouchable on this track.
Absolutely.
They are untouchable this year. So shout out to Max. He's out there, just had fun. I don't even think he had a care in the world. He could have used the bathroom and came back to his car and still won the race. Honestly, that's how far of a gap he had. And I was like, nobody's touching him. So
yeah,
it was good. I was happy to see it. They're doing well this year.
I mean, the Verstappen, Hamilton, and Bottas made the top 3 on the podium. Again, they broke a record for how many times those 3 have been on the podium. Now, with the order a little bit, shifty, but still.
Yeah.
Perez 4th, Norris 5th.
Yeah.
Carlos Sainz 6th, followed by Leclerc 7th. Leclerc
made his way back up.
That he was driver of the day.
What they say? He got a little chippy. That's what they say. He got a little chippy out there, but he made his way through. Alonso.
Yeah, well, Stroll was 8th.
Yeah, Alonso did solid.
9th.
Sonoda
10th.
Yeah, the rookie 10th.
10th.
Raikkonen 11th. Solid for him.
Yes.
Vettel 12th. Danny Rick 13th.
Are we going to address that, or are we just going to skip past it?
He struggled. It was a struggle for him. Whatever was going on with his car, and this is where I say it's not totally his fault. Whatever was going on with his car, they got to correct it a little too late. At that point, I think it was gone.
Okay.
I think it was too far gone. He was losing power. Something was going on, and it was too far gone. So, guys, we appreciate, you guys tuning in with us for all the Grand Prix so far this year and in the past. Let us know, again, your thoughts on this Grand Prix. I was wrong in my prediction. I didn't have either mark on the podium. That car to me this year, not good.
Yeah, and we
compared to last year,
we still have to watch Austria's Grand Prix. So knowing what you know about the Styrian Grand Prix and not having seen the result for the Austria Grand Prix, what do you expect?
I'm keeping my same prediction. I think, honestly, Merc got fortunate this Grand Prix. I don't think they're on the podium next Grand Prix. I don't.
Oh, I think one Mercedes is on the podium. I will stick by my team. One Mercedes will be on the podium.
I think we see a Red Bull and hopefully this time a McLaren on the podium.
You think so?
I don't think either Merc.
I think 2 Red Bulls, 1 Mercedes.
2 Red Bulls, 1 Mercedes.
So we'll see.
You and this guy, that's your team. All right.
That's my team. You stick to your team, I stick with my team.
Babyface's team is Mercedes. Mine is McLaren. Who do you guys have finishing on the podium? That Merc car is not good this year.
Well, by the time we post, they already know. So we will see how dead wrong we are.
Or let us know in the comments what were your predictions.
Yeah.
Right? And it'll let us know how dead wrong we are. So again, guys, thanks for tuning in. Babyface, any final thoughts on your...
No.
What about your fortunate... I'm not going to mess with you.
What about your fortunate second driver? Oh, we're done. Bye, everyone.
That was low.
Bye.
See you guys.